Hey guys, and welcome to episode 9 of the big BPL Road to Glory. In this episode we are going to be using QPR as we did upgrade in the last episode. We are currently on 92 chemistry, which is not bad. We are playing a centre mid at centre forward and a centre back at CDM, so apart from that it's pretty much full chem, so that's pretty good of course. And we're going to head into the first game, and it is against a guy with a legend, Sheringham, which isn't exactly the best legend, but he's got like Lallana, a load of informed bronzes, so bit annoying we come against this guy, but nevertheless we hit the game, and in the 20th minute of the match here, Adam Lallana goes past with a nice power shot to make it 1-0. Not exactly the easiest game in the world for us, of course, with not the paciest of defences, and then he puts the through ball through for Sheringham. Sheringham just finesses around the keeper and makes it 2-0, so it was one of the most difficult games, of course, with like Appiah and Sheringham up front. Appiah with like 92 pace or something, and Sheringham with just really good finishing, and he does put it away here to make it 3-0 eventually after getting the ball into the box, and I believe it is Appiah with the header. So a little bit unlucky to concede 3 goals in 34 minutes, but that's what happens sometimes in FIFA. And then in the 37th minute, Sheringham again just runs through. I think he's got about 83 pace, which is decent, nothing amazing of course, and he makes it 4-0, and that is how the game's end. So I think this is like one of the first times ever we've gone into a game and not even got a single goal. We did actually concede 5, maybe I missed one, but nevertheless, gonna change it to a 4-4-2. Hopefully with 2 strikers we can do a bit better, because with that false 9 it did have a lot more chemistry, but it just wasn't working. So we come against a guy who's got a nice, I'm not too sure what leagues they are, but I'm pretty sure they are different leagues, because there's that Denmark guy Poulsen who's very tall and very pacey. So we go into the 5th minute of the match here, and we do unfortunately concede a goal, finesses it around Murphy the goalkeeper, and makes it 1-0, so not exactly the best of starts, but as long as we get like a couple of goals, then I'm more than happy. I'm not too bothered what the results are in the early days of the team. So we go into the 30th minute of the match here. Harriman picks up the ball, passes inside to Donaldson. Donaldson, nice bit of skill, gets the ball through for Sutherland. Sutherland passes it inside to Much. Much, fantastic left-footed shot, hits the underside of the crossbar and goes in, a really nice strike to make it 1-1. And then we head to the 59th minute of the match here. Apparently that's a penalty. I'm not too sure if it was. Sometimes on this game, clear-cut penalties, and then other times it's like, is that really a penalty? So we do unfortunately not save the penalty, because of course that is one of the things that we can do for upgrades, is save a penalty. And then we head into the 70th minute, and this Poulsen guy, just ridiculous header, hits the underside of the crossbar, bounces into the back, and then it makes it 3-1. So a little bit annoying, but when you come against a guy with like a 6'5" player with 85 pace, it is going to be quite difficult. And we head into the last 5 minutes of the game. Jordan Much here picks the ball in loads of space, cuts inside onto his right foot, hits it, gets a bit of a deflection, and makes it 3-2. So that is how the game does end. At least we get the 2 goals. We do get a player sent off as well, which is a bit of a shame, but I think we were going to upgrade that player anyway, so a little bit lucky on that way. But yeah, hopefully the upgrades that we can get will improve the team a lot more. I think Sean Wright-Phillips and Carl Henry, the centre defensive mid. So going to move the centre back we were playing in centre defensive mid to centre back. So nothing too tragic. Hopefully these Phillips and Henry can improve us and maybe get a few more goals in the next game. So just playing Wright-Phillips up front for the time being as that right mid we've currently got. He's got about 84 pace and 4-star skills, which is not bad for a bronze player. So into the game we go. This is actually quite an interesting game, because as soon as we went into the game he did actually sub on Ronaldo at left wing, so not too sure why you wouldn't just put him at striker if you're just going to sub him on like 6th chem or something. So into the 30th minute of the match here, really nice bit of pace from Wright-Phillips there to get through on goal and make it 1-0, so a very good start. And then we get into the 35th minute of the match here, does pass the ball up to Al Arabi, and Al Arabi eventually just literally walks through my defence. I just couldn't do anything. Maybe the rain just doesn't help me in this kind of defensive ways, and he makes it 1-1, so a bit of a shame. But we go into the 37th minute. Jordan Much gets into the box, does get taken down, and it gives us an opportunity to get a goal from the penalty spot, and that is what we do, going to the right and making it 2-1. So he seems to be quite a good finisher, Jordan Much. He is like a centre mid, and I wasn't expecting to use him that much, but in the start of the series he's been quite clinical, and Ronaldo does score that goal there. Maybe I shouldn't have brought the keeper out so far, but you got to do something to stop him, and he does make it 2-2 there. But Jordan Much again goes through on goal and puts it past the keeper to make it 3-2. So good to see us get back into the lead and in getting his 2nd goal of the game. And then we get the most ridiculous goal ever. I don't know if it was scripting or something, but just watch this goal from a bronze player, Gorlitz or something. Ridiculous goal. I don't know if he's got the flair trait or something. Really nice overhead kick to make it 3-3. But we head into the last like 7 minutes of the game here. We pass the ball to Carl Henry. Carl Henry, Nice through ball for Jordan Much, and eventually gets through on goal. Does like the slide tackle shot kind of thing, which is the most powerful thing in the world. Makes it 4-3 and gets his hat-trick. So that does guarantee us 4 signings, which is quite nice. It's a bit of a shame we couldn't get a goal in like the first game or something, because we could have potentially moved on to goal players in this episode. But nevertheless, gonna do those 4 players. I think it's Phillips, Zamora, and Hill and Traore. So quite a bit of pace, and then there's Clint Hill with like 29 or something. So he's going to be a bit of an issue in the defensive department, but nevertheless going to be playing this 4-1-2-1-2. We got Cole Henry at centre defensive mid, Much at cam, so pretty decent team. And we come against a full gold team. I'm like, I think he had like 58 attack. I'm like, he's got an informed 78. I don't know how that kind of works, but we go into the game. Not exactly the best of starts for first minute, and makes a goal there with Thorgan Hazard to make it 1-0. Bit of a shame, of course, when you do concede an early goal, because it just keeps you on the back foot through the entire game. And we head to the 5th minute of the match. Quite lucky to get back into it quite quickly with a nice ball into the back post. Bobby Zamora mashes it into the back of the net. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself about Bobby Zamora, because I just don't want to make like a 10-minute video. So into the 12th minute of the match here, Origi just takes it around the keeper with a nice touch and makes it 2-1. So it is really annoying when you get back into the game and then 5 minutes later you can see another goal. Not exactly the most helpful thing in the world, Clint Hill, because with 29 pace, or is it 23? I'm not too sure. It's one or the other. He's not going to be anything too amazing. So we do unfortunately see another goal here. 15th minute, Origi again just paces it through and makes it 3-1. Then we go into the 26th minute of the match here. Ridiculous through ball. Clint Hill again, just no point in picking him up. You may as well pick another player that's like 10 yards away and make the run with him, because Clint Hill is just absolutely useless. Then we go into the 42nd minute of the match here. I was trying to do the offside trap, trying to trick him, but it just kind of countered, and he makes it 5-1 just before half time. Not exactly the best of first halves. Hopefully we can keep the scoreline a bit lower. And we head into the 45th minute just before half time. Traore picks up the ball, gets the ball into the back post again, and Bobby Zamora is there again to make it 5-2. So at least he's in the right place at the right time to get some signings. That's always nice, but I'm going to try and limit the amount of time that I'm using him, because I don't exactly like him too much. So into the 47th minute of the match here, Origi again just pacing it past the fence, paces it past the keeper and makes it 6-2. So kind of does sucks to be me using this team at the moment. The defence is absolutely atrocious. I think we'd lost 8-2 was it in the last episode with Aston Villa, so if we can maybe beat that record with QPR, that's kind of nice. It's a nice record for QPR to have. They make it 7-2 there with Origi. Again, just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if it was because he had the 4-2-3-1. Of course, he had like 3 attacking mids plus the strikers, so that's like 4 players. Then we've got 5 in the defence. If you had like Cole Henry, we're playing like ultra defensive, trying to prevent the amount of goals going in, and it just wouldn't do anything, because just so unlucky here again. Keeper like hits it against his hands and it bounces into the back of the net to make it 9-2. Then we go into the final moments of the match here, and I believe he does make it 10-2. So not exactly the most convincing of games in the world. It's probably the worst game I've ever played of FIFA. And I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Like, he pushed my guy to the ground. I did slide tackle straight after. Double figures to concede is nothing amazing, but this goal here at the end hits it into the bottom right hand corner, and the referee blows for full time. Maybe the keeper would have saved it, but still a little bit annoying, because we could have potentially had 3 signings. But nevertheless, you're going to have to keep to 2. One of them is going to have to be Richard Dunn, the other one's going to have to be Hoylett. So a bit more pace in the side, but then in the defensive department, we're going to be putting Richard Dunn with like absolutely nothing. 23 pace. Clint Hill and Dunn. It's going to be a fun game next episode. So if you did enjoy this episode, we're just going to tick off those 2 players, and yeah, it'd be fantastic if you could get over 15 likes, subscribe if you're on his channel, and see you soon. Bye.